Welcome to the 4 Bells and workout from home number 106. Today we have got ourselves a glorious day which not only features a lot of work for the posterior chain, in particular the hamstrings, but has some squat mobility focus into it, which, as you know by now, we are in week 4 of our squat mobility cycle. So to get us started today for our strength work, we're going to do 3 things to get us ready. We're going to start off with a squat hold. We're going to be doing that for 30 seconds today, which means this should be easy at this point in the game. You've been hanging out for 5 minutes in a row, maybe, or at least 5 minutes per day without breaking up a little bit. From there, we're going to come into a 3-way lunge. So we lunge forwards, we lunge backwards, we do a curtsy lunge. That is 1 rep. Those 3 movements together. We're going to do that on both sides for 2 total repetitions of that complex. From there, we're going to do the assisted Cossack squat. So that means holding onto a table or a post or a chair or something to help you. We are going to do 5 reps per side of an assisted Cossack squat. And we're going to do these 3 things 3 times. Let's take a look at those movements. So starting out in a squat hangout for 30 seconds, as always, it's trying to explore the bits that feel a little bit tight on you. So is it the ankles, is it the knees, is it the hips, is it you're having struggles with keeping your chest up? So play around with what positions you need to do to make you feel good during your squat hangout. From there, we're going to get into a 3-way lunge complex. So with our lunge complex, 1 rep is very simple. I'm just going to focus on 1 leg. So 1 leg steps forwards, the same leg steps back, and then the same leg goes across and behind for a curtsy lunge. So that's 1 rep. We then do it on the other side. Other leg forwards, other leg back, and then the other leg steps across and behind. So of course, we do that complex 2 times per side. Last but not least, the assisted Cossack. I recommend holding onto a door frame, a post, a chair, something. We're going to set those feet up super wide. And all I'm going to do is use my hands to assist me. So as I come across and I bring those hips down, I'm just going to hang out and use this post to stop me worrying about having to lean forwards, and I'm kind of getting those deep, dark positions. And then from there, we're just going to go side to side for 5 reps in our 3-round warm-up today. For the strength piece for workout from home 106, we are going to do 5 sets today. Each set is going to be 3 minutes long, split into 2 90-second windows of time. In our first 90 seconds, we are going to do some kind of hamstring curl for 15 reps. So that could be a Nordic hamstring curl. If you're very lucky, if you have a barbell set up, you can anchor your feet under, or you've got a friend or family member or lover at home who can hold your feet in position. Or you could do the most, I suppose, common examples we have when we do these on our gym, easy for me to say, Zoom calls, and that could be either a TRX or it could be a Swiss ball. Either way, we're going to be doing 15, looking at the quality and difficulty and the amount of tension that we have in those hamstring curls. So that's our first 90 seconds. Second 90 seconds is a Cossack squat. So for the Cossack squat, depending on where your mobility lies in the Cossack squat, you might be using this as like an active mobility drill, where I'm using a weight out in front of me to counterbalance me and help me through the movement. You might be doing them just at body weight if you find that you've just got into that Cossack squat position. And if you're a real Cossack squat ninja, you might find that you're going to add weight to your body and make it more challenging. Either way, we are going to do 8 reps per leg. You can either do them all in one direction, or you can go from side to side for 16 total reps. Either way, we're going to do these 2 things 5 times in the strength piece today. Let's take a look at those movements. When it comes to hamstring curls, of course, use whatever works best for you. So that could be a Swiss ball, could be a TRX. If you've got a partner, do Nordic hamstring curls. But I'm going to use a TRX in the gym here today. As always, when I'm doing a supine variation of a hamstring curl, I'm facing the ceiling, I want to think about that bridge up. So that means I'm going to drive my elbows into the floor, push the hips up. From there, I'm bringing the hamstrings in, the heels into the glutes, trying to squeeze the hamstrings as hard as possible, trying to really contract those hammies as much as I can. Either way, we're going to be doing 15 reps of some kind of hamstring curl. With the Cossack squat, we have to start in a fairly wide base. We always joke in the gym, we call it the Jean-Claude Van Damme. You've got to get those legs out there. When it comes to the Cossack squat, particularly as we're using it in our strength piece today, is the big focus of it should be building mobility in end ranges. So for a lot of people, it's not just about squat mobility, it's also about adductor and medial hamstring flexibility as well. So there's a lot of flexibility and mobility requirements that happen. If we need to, we can add ourselves a little bit of weight out in front as a counterweight. So I can hold onto a plate or a small dumbbell. It shouldn't be anything too heavy because you don't want your shoulders to get tired before your legs do. Either way, I'm going to reach across and come down into this deep, dark position. So this should look like a squat. Heel should be down, knees should be tracking in line with the toe, and my chest should be up. Left leg should be extended, toes pointed up to the ceiling. And then from there, we're going to go from one side over to the other. And if you need a plate out in front to help you balance, cool. If you just want to do it with body weight, that works well too. And if you want to add a weight into a goblet position, that is fine as well. Either way, 8 and 8 of a Cossack squat. For today's conditioning piece, a very simple AMRAP and a very simple couplet. We are going to do a 10-minute AMRAP that is 600 seconds of joy, where if you know what AMRAP means by now, it means as many reps or as many rounds as possible. In each round, we have 2 exercises to do where we're going to do 10 reps of each. Our first exercise is a little combination movement, squatting patterns with hinging patterns, similar to what we did in the strength piece. We are going to do a kettlebell swing to squat. We're going to do some hinging. We're then going to receive the kettlebell, go into a squat, stand up, go back into our hinging pattern. So back and forth between those two for 10 reps. From there, you've got a choice. If you've got a chin-up bar and enough clearance, we're going to be doing a hanging knee raise today. And if you don't have enough clearance, we're going to be doing a laying leg raise. Either way, we'll be doing 10 reps of each, back and forth for as many times as you can in 10 minutes. Let's take a look at them. With our kettlebell swing to squat, we're looking to take 2 movement patterns. We're going from a kettlebell swing, a hinging pattern, and then coming into a squatting pattern, a goblet squat pattern specifically. So what I need to think about is how to go from one to the other. So the only thing we need to be considering is when I'm doing my regular swing, my arms are straight, kettlebell is out there. When I'm doing my swing to squat, I want to have the arms a little bit closer to the body because I know I'm going to be transitioning into that goblet squat position. And if I don't, there's a big chance that the kettlebell is going to come up and try and attack me in the face. So that means when I'm starting off, this is a regular swing, nice straight arms. All I'm going to do is keep those arms a little bit closer. And we come in, pull the elbows under into what we call the comedy moustache. From here, I squat. As I stand up, push away, swing, catch it, squat. And if we can, we go from one fluidly into the next. And of course, if you're not comfortable with the technique, take your time, split it into 2 distinct movements. Either way, we are going to do 10 reps of a kettlebell swing to squat. So if you have access to a chin-up bar, use it. We're going to do some hanging knee raises. I bring the knees up to the chest and they're nice and controlled on the way down. All we're trying to avoid is bringing the feet behind us. If the feet come behind you, all of a sudden you can't help but swing and then you turn into a little monkey very quickly. So making sure it's knees up, straight down to the floor. If you don't have access to a chin-up bar, leg raises are perfectly fine. If you want to make them a little bit more spicy and you've got some ankle weights, stick some ankle weights on there. You can have the hands underneath the bum, or you can have the hands out to the side. Either way, legs straight, and we are doing 10 reps in today's conditioning piece. The extra sauce today, a spicy finisher for the legs. We are going to do 4 rounds, or basically 4 minutes if you will, where each minute is split up into 30 seconds of work, followed by a 30-second hold. So in our 30 seconds of work, we're going to be doing the walking lunges if you have the space. If you don't have space for walking lunges, just lunges in place is perfectly fine. And then when 30 seconds comes, we're going to hang out in a squat hold for 30 seconds, and we are going to repeat that little couplet for 4 total minutes today. The key is making sure that when we're doing lunges, we are moving continuously, and when it comes to the hold, we don't break the hold. Let's take a look at both of these. So we start our extra sauce with 30 seconds of walking lunges, which means feet should be on train tracks. We are going to take steps forward, nice big steps, trying to encourage to keep that torso nice and upright. And of course you can go forwards, you can switch reverse it, you can go backwards. And of course if you don't have any space in the place you're training, just lunges in spot, pretty easy to do, and you can do them pretty much anywhere. From there, squat hold. I'm going to use this little ball here. just to kind of give myself a cue for a couple of things. When it comes to squat holds, the two things, well actually there's quite a few things we usually see that go a little bit funky with a squat hold, is I want to get just a parallel with the thigh, making sure, as you can see, there's a little bit of air between my bum and the ball. What I don't want to do is, number one, is relax, take a seat on ball. Number two is have my bum too high, convince myself I'm low, and have the chest come down. So ideally we want to have the top of the thighs parallel to the floor, loads of tension through the legs, chest nice and high. We hang out here for 30 seconds. The rule is today, during the lunges, you can take a little break if you need to, but during the squat hold, we do not break. Enjoy your workout, let us know how you got on.